What's up, guys? Welcome to your morning update. Let's take a look at the charts, see what's going on. We will be taking a look at the bigger time frames, going into the smaller time frames as usual, and then we will get into DXY, Dow Jones, gold, silver, Litecoin, and Ethereum. So stick around. This should be interesting. I'll also take a look to entertain the bulls with a bullish case scenario, meaning that if this was wave 5 down, finishing our A count here, what would we be looking for to the upside? Although I still believe we are coming down to these ranges first, but there is a possibility we go up. We will talk about that, and we'll talk about the smaller time frames as to where we're at now. So as you guys know, if you watch the channel regularly, what I'm looking for here, at any time, I think even if we are going up from here, which I don't think we are, but if we are going up from here, I don't think it'll be to new all-time highs. That would just be the B wave, somewhere between $42,000 and $50,000 most likely. If at any time we cross this green trend line and get support on top of it, then we could be going to that $70,000 to $100,000 Bitcoin. Although I think that's highly unlikely, it is possible. We'll keep an eye on that. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Take a second out. Go right under the video here. Let's get it. I will show you how. For those that don't know, all you have to do is go down here under the video, smash that thumbs up. I would appreciate it. Thank you to those that have already done it. Also, don't forget to check out the tutorials down here. They're totally free. There's some EMA strategies. There's a RSI. There's finding formations in the chart and patterns. Check it out if you haven't already. But let's see what's going on here, guys. So as you can see, there's a high volume node right here around 34.4, 34.6 range. So that is the area I'd be looking for if we're getting a leg up. That would also be the 0.236 fib. I would expect rejection in this area. Like I said, around 34.4 to 34.3 if we get that high. Also, we had this trend line we were watching yesterday, which we did peak above it. Was that a bear trap, or are we going to continue up? Remember, we have some really high targets here for that breakout of 45.1. Also, could be up to the $50,600 range, but I don't believe we're going to. I believe, if anything, this is probably going to be just another fake out and then coming back down. Like I said, I still believe we go down to the lower lows down here. Also, if you guys remember in yesterday's video, I showed you this trend line in the RSI. Expected a rejection here on the trend line in the daily, which we have gotten. I can zoom in so you guys can see that right here. As you can see, yesterday we did get a rejection there. Now, if remember, in the RSI follows the body, not the wick. So it could still get up in this area. As long as it's below this trend line at close, we are still bearish, in my opinion. We could have some sideways action for a few days and then one more push up to retest this trend line again. What would that look like? That would be getting up to what I was talking about, a little bit higher highs. If you guys are interested in trading, definitely check out PHEMEX BT, by far the best exchange for Bitcoin and other commodities. You can trade Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, crypto, everything all on one exchange. You can have multiple trades in, longs and shorts, multiple longs, multiple shorts, all at the same time. They don't clump them together like the scam exchanges. Definitely check them out. They don't trade against you. You can use my promo code SAVVY50. That'll get you 50% on top of whatever you deposit as a bonus. SAVVY25 will get you 25% off your fees. Check out on my homepage, there's a PHEMEX BT tutorial down here. A lot of people don't understand the margin on PHEMEX BT. It's actually very simple. If you watch this video, it will explain. It'll also explain where to put in the promo codes. So let's take a look at where we're at in the smaller time frames. Let me get this off of here and take a look at where we're at. I've drawn a trend line off of these two wicks here. As you can see, we did get rejected here on this trend line going up off of these three touches right down here. Now we've had four. Again, a lot of people are calling this a bull flag, which is a possibility. We'll zoom in and take a look at that, and I will do that right now. So let's take some measured moves off this. This is in the 4 hour, guys. So if we went off of here, which I don't like to do that, so I'm going to go off of the wick we have created now. Let's take a look at this. Put in the bottom here. And let's take some measured moves. So if we do a measured move of just the triangle alone, where would that get us? And also, guys, something I want to point out, the price is going up while the volume is going down. So keep an eye on that. But where does that get us? Right to that 200 EMA. I have another chart showing this. We talked about it yesterday, getting to that 200 EMA on the 4 hour. What price would that be? That would be right around that 33.6. We talked about that quite a bit yesterday. If you were around, you'll remember. If not, check it out. And if we looked at this whole thing as one big giant bull flag, with this being the flagpole, that would get us to, and remember guys, there's no guarantees in any market, around 35,000. So I would expect a major rejection here at the 200 EMA if we even get up to that range. If we were to break down from here, where would that lead us? That would get us right around 30,300. So we may go retest that area. Now, like I said, there's a few things I wanted to talk about here. Looking at the RSI, we did make some, well, really not much divergence here. We are getting some bearish divergence here with higher highs in the price action, lower highs in the RSI. But like I said, we could come back up, retest this, which would get us up into this range between 33.4 and 33.6, somewhere in that area. Now let's take a look at this chart here. We're looking at this, still have this measured move of 27.7. As you guys know, I'm looking for 25.2 to 27.2. That is the golden pocket zone. But anyways, I'll be getting into the chat here in a few, but let's look at a couple more things on the chart. Let me see. I think I had it. Yeah, we'll go over to this chart and look at it. But first, looking at the overall, there's some things I want to point out. As you can see, every time we are in the blue up top of the zero line here, which we are right now, every time we've done that has been a fake out. We just continued down. Let's zoom in so you can see it. And then we'll look at the Fibonacci ranges and talk about that a little bit. Remember this 34,350. That is a very, actually, it's a little bit lower now. It's about the 33.9. It's very heavy resistance. So keep an eye on that. We do have the 55 EMA up at about 35.6. So is it possible? Yes. Does it mean it's going to happen in a day? Absolutely not. Like I said, we're going to take a look at traditional markets too, see how they're doing. But every time you see the blue here, every time we get above this zero line in the blue, that favors the bears. We had a drop. The next time we did it, had a drop. Next time we did it, had a drop, had a drop, had a drop, had a drop. We are right in that area right now. So keep that in mind. Also, let's go into, so looking at this, 25.2 to 27.2 is golden pocket zone, 0.65 and 0.618. I do believe we're going to at least touch this at some point before getting the bounce. I still believe that. We are going to take a look at if this was it and we continue up from here also. I'll show you that in a minute. But anyways, I'm still looking for these areas down here. And then, of course, by the beginning of next year, like I said, I do believe another bull trap will be coming. Even if this is it, this could be the bull trap. We still continue down towards the beginning of next year around 9,500. I still believe that to be a high probability. And let's take a look at, so this is what I wanted to explain here. So let's take a look at if this was wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and this was wave 5 finish down here. Let's put the Fibonacci. This is for you bulls out there. This is the bullish case possibility. Although I don't believe it is happening, it is a possibility, so I will take a look at it. So this would be wave 1 from down here to up here. I put my Fibonacci extension, and then down to the bottom of what would be wave 2, which would be down here. Now that would, here's an area to look at. Looking at it like that is around 34.3 to 34.6. Same thing, that's the golden pocket zone. But if this was wave 1, for the those of you that think we're bullish here, let's do a bullish count on it. And I'll put in your impulse waves. This would be wave 1, wave 2, wave 3 would get us all the way up to right around 42.2. And then let's do a retracement on that. We'll get this off of here. Put the Fibonacci retracement tool on. And we'll go from the bottom of wave 2, or the bottom of wave 3 to the top. And where would wave 4 get us? As low as 37.2, which would be the 0.382 fib. And then if we go back to our Fibonacci. So guys, I don't like doing a lot of teaching videos, but if you watch my videos, I do explain why and how I'm getting my ideas. So let's take a look at that. So this would get us up to the golden pocket zone. Whoops. I did not mean to do that. Now I gotta replace this. So that would get us up to the golden pocket zone, which would be around 45.2. Wave 5 being, there's 2 areas. It could stop at the 0.5 fib also. We'll put another target there. So that would be wave 1 and then 2 and then 3 up from there. It is a possibility. So these would be the areas in the bullish case that I'd be looking for as of right now. Let's take a look at my wife's webpage, anchorimage.com. Definitely check it out. There's links down below, along with other affiliate links down there. This is her divergence cheat sheet for, you know, if you're beginning trading, it's a great thing to have because divergence is one of the most confusing things. But definitely go to her page, check it out. She also has a lot of other cool crypto stuff on there. Gift ideas, all kinds of stuff. It's quality things, guys. It's not garbage. So this is, I get a lot of hate over this, but what if, and it's not a guarantee that we are in a 10-year cycle, 4-year cycles are done and over with, and we come down from here. This could be 5 waves in the 5-wave Elliott wave theory, and then coming back down for very low lows. Not saying it's going to happen, but guys, keep an eye on the traditional markets. We're going to keep an eye on that today. Remember, since Bitcoin's creation, the traditional markets have been in a tremendous bull run. And during that bull run, Bitcoin still managed to correct 80 to 90% in that. And remember, Bitcoin's pure speculation. People don't like to be in high risk speculative assets during a bear market. So if the traditional markets were to go in a bear market, it could get very ugly very fast for Bitcoin. Like I said, it had huge corrections during the bull market of the traditional markets. So if they are in a bear market, it could get pretty damn ugly. So anyways, this is the weekly chart. I know a lot of people just want to point out bullish things. So if you want to see the bullish ideas, which aren't as strong as the bearish ideas right now, go watch any other channel, have fun with it. But anyways, if you look at the weekly chart here, we've had these lines drawn in here, and it does show us the beginning of next year could be down to that 9,500 level. The longer it takes, the higher that bottom would be. But every single time we have came down this yellow line right in the middle, and I'll zoom in on each one. Every single time we have came down to this yellow 55 EMA on the weekly, we have never been able to bounce off of it. As you can see here, we never came back down, never came back down. Never came back down. Once we touched it, we did get a bounce, but we came right back down below it. Bear market. Same thing over here. We touched it, got a bounce. Once we dropped below, bear market. Right here, 2019, came down, touched it. Never once have we touched it and just bounced off of it after a big bull run, which we had up here. And look at where we're at now. So if you guys can find something bullish about that, let me know. I don't see it. And I know I've been awarded or crowned the biggest bear in crypto by BitBoy. Thanks, brother, because it is paying off. I've been a bear and it is still bearish. Anyways, so looking at this macro chart, this is the log chart, and I've showed you guys this a lot. This 0.382 fib here is pretty damn strong through all these markets, and we talked about that when we fell through it. If we couldn't get back above it, it was bad news for Bitcoin. We have not been able to get back above it, and And if you look at the big picture here, guys, this is the 3-day chart. There's this huge pump everybody's talking about. It's not a huge pump, guys. That's a literally a blip. If we were to come back down and test this trend line, which would line up with the 200 EMA around 27.2, and what is that? The 0.618. Too much stuff is lining up for more downside for me to believe that there is going to be any big rally to a new all-time high. And when I say I'm not bullish, I mean I'm not bullish to a new all-time high. Could we get a bounce up, back up, and retest this again around that 38, 40,000, depending on if, when, and where? Definitely possible. But either way, I do not see us going up to a new all-time high. If you do, kudos. This is the dollar chart overlaid on the Bitcoin chart. I've pointed this out a million times. This is the daily. If you look at the MACD, I'm not a fan of the MACD, but the MACD is extremely bearish right now. Every time the dollar bottoms on this bottom trend line, Bitcoin tops. Every time the dollar tops on this top trend line, Bitcoin bottoms. Dollar bottoms, Bitcoin tops. Dollar tops, Bitcoin bottoms. It's pretty damn obvious, guys. I'm still bullish on the dollar. I know people are looking at smaller time frames saying it's bearish. The dollar is bullish, in my opinion, still. And if you take a look at it, we are just making hidden bullish divergence. And why is hidden bullish divergence stronger than the bearish divergence? Because we are in an uptrend, and hidden divergence is a continuation of the trend. Let's go into the 4-hour. And as you guys can see, I moved this up. We had this measured move over here, so I'm just moving it over. And obviously, it doesn't count until it breaks this top line. But if, when, and where we do break that top line, my next target's around that 94.30, somewhere in that range. We are creating more bullish divergence here. Lower low or higher lows in the price action, lower lows in the RSI. Also, yeah, so even in the bigger, if you look at this bigger trend line here, like I said, that's bullish. That's hidden bearish divergence. Let's look at the Dow Jones. It is open for today. We started out low, getting a bounce back up. The Dow is not very strong in my opinion, guys. This is just more sucking dumb money in so they can continue taking dumb money from retail. But I've showed you guys before. If we look at the weekly, if you guys are new and haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want daily updates. But anyways, I've showed you guys this bearish divergence all across the board up here. It's still continuing, still looking ugly. Could we get another high in here? Yeah, but it will be short-lived. The markets are ugly, scary, and not looking good. Gold, my target's still 1677 here. Silver, still have the target of 2180 down to 20. If that breaks, it's very bad. Litecoin, as you can see on Litecoin in the 4-hour, right now we are getting resistance at the 55 EMA. What is the highest Litecoin could go, in my opinion? The 200 EMA, which is 136. But even if that happens, I believe we come back down. If Bitcoin does hit that 9,500 the beginning of next year, I'd be looking for around a $50 Litecoin. Now, if we get our bounce for wave B, I believe Litecoin will be around this 87, 85 range. And as you can see, this trend line right here for Litecoin, it has broken up, got support on it. So like I said, we could see this 136. Everybody will get really bullish again, then it'll just dump on them. That would make the RSI come back up into this oversold range. I don't like to call it the overbought range. I don't like to call it that because we use this for divergence, not for overbought and oversold. But that would be a higher high in the RSI, lower high in the price. That's bearish. That is hidden bearish divergence. And it is in a downtrend, and that is a continuation of the trend. All right, so looking at Ethereum here, same thing. Ethereum broke above this trend line, got support on the RSI. Ethereum could possibly go as high as the first stop would be the 200 EMA around 2,100. Let's look at the daily on Ethereum. The 55 EMA is right around 2,200, which would line up with this high volume node right here around 2,250 right here. If we get up to this range, the 24, 28, then we would break this high here. That may change my mind. Either way, we would still be getting hidden bearish divergence even if we got back up to this range. My targets for Ethereum are still 1,300 to 1,000. If Bitcoin gets that B-wave bounce, it would be around this area. And then by the beginning of next year, we could see a $500 Ethereum. XRP, you guys know my thoughts on that. I'm looking for 20-cent range by next year. And I think that's about it, guys. Let's get into the chat, see what you guys are thinking. Oh, yeah. Did we take a look at we took a look at the upside, but we didn't take a look at the downside here. So these measured moves here, looking at the downside. So if we do get that little pump up, fake out, come back down, break this trend line at any given time, there are two areas looking for the measured move here. This one being the shorter measured move from this to here. And again, that line, if we get below the 27.5, 27.2 range, I'd be looking for these lower lows. So, but keep an eye on this daily RSI. This is huge, guys. Right here. Like I said, we could get the RSI up above it before the end of the day, but if we close below this trend line again, it remains bearish. Savvy, tell us more about your macro Elliott wave count, please. I'm not going to go into depth on the Elliott wave count right now. That was just what I wanted to show you guys for possibilities right here. But if you look at that, in all reality, it could still be wave 1, 2, 3, and this could literally be 4 up in this area and then 5 down. But we'll keep an eye on it. It's basically speculation with Elliott wave right now until we got a clear count. I'm pretty sure this is at least wave 1, 2, and 3 down here, and then this is some kind of fourth wave here. Still creating, unless we break this high, I say we're in fifth wave down. That's around 41.3. Lucky, yes, I am. Bitcoin Savage said Savvy is dead now. Really? I feel quite alive. And that's something I wanted to point out too. Everybody, if you look at what's going on here, how in the hell do you say this is a reversal? This is a shitty little tiny pump that people are looking at in the small time frames, making it look huge. Let's look at it in a 15-minute. They zoom in and they show you like this, like it's a big, huge move. Go into the daily, guys. Ain't shit happening. In all reality, there is nothing big happening here. Nothing. It's still garbage. Some are saying the short-term bullish scenario is above 32,270 and not 32,633. What's your thoughts? I just went through all my thoughts. There's nothing bullish here, guys. I'd love to tell you there is, but in all reality, there is nothing at all bullish here. Said we're getting support on the 55 EMA here, looking for a possible test of this 200 EMA around 35.6 somewhere, or 33.6, sorry, somewhere in that area. And again, if it was to really pop off and get a FOMO pump, that would just be a measured move of this flagpole up to about that 35,000. But I see us getting rejected if we even get up to that 33.6 range. If we even break up out of here, this could just be another BART and it comes crashing down. Yeah, the volume is literally shit. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but the volume is literally shit. There's nothing bullish about the volume here. And again, keep an eye on this daily RSI trend line, guys. This is huge. Don't forget to smash those likes. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. There is 1,000 people and only 460 likes. I would appreciate it if you guys would smash likes. If you're watching on Google TV, just go into the bottom left corner and hit more actions, and then it will give you the options to hit the thumbs up button or thumbs down, whatever the hell you want to do. I don't care. It helps the YouTube algorithm. Even negative comments help, so I'm happy with all that. Bitcoin savage, troll somewhere else. If you don't like it, don't join the live streams. Right. Trolls want to troll in here, but they're here watching. Why? Either they're miserable beings that want attention, or they just hate to see that their hopes and dreams may be crushed. What about the Dow Jones? We just talked about that. If you go back into the beginning of the video, you can check that out. But yeah, nothing real, nothing really to talk about. It's not doing anything great. If you look here, just in the hourly, made higher highs in the RSI, lower highs in the price action. That's pretty bearish. I see more downside probably today. JB said people can't handle the truth. Mohammed trolls, LOL, they're listening to you, Savvy. Then they try to hit our goals. As soon as I put my money on the line, I might have to listen to the Moon Boys. I just want to be told I'm going to make millions. Yeah, I mean, if I wanted 1 million subscribers, I could get on here every day and tell you we're going to 100,000, we're going to 1 million. But that's not how markets work, guys. What would the next buy range be for BTC? Possibly, where are we at here? Where is my chart? Possibly in this range. I still believe that 25.2 to 27.2 will at least get a bounce there. How big and hard, we'll just have to see of how it gets there. It's not about where it gets, guys. It's the path it takes to get there. That's why you can't be for certain any which way on the market. But we can use analysis to give us a heads up on the market. So, yeah. You're Yosef, savvy when you dump all the way down, how long till we pump back? Yeah, and that's what I was just saying. It's not where we get, it's how we get there, and then we can judge the next move. Yeah, it's how we get there. Another bingo, savvy. What's on? What is the Great Reset? The Great Reset is pretty much a conspiracy theory that may or may not have some truth to it. Savvy, you expect the 10-year treasury to go lower or higher, currently at 1.2? We'll have to see what happens there. Obviously, the traditional markets are pretty whacked out, but I'm judging off of the dollar, and the dollar is strong, and I think it'll remain getting stronger for at least the next year or two. Thanks for the analysis. My gut tells me you're right. It's not about being right or wrong. It's about making money. So when it comes down to it, like I've said a million times, nobody knows for sure. If anyone's speaking in absolutes, quit following them. I will not speak in absolutes. I will not tell you when to buy. I will not tell you when to short. I will not tell you when to sell. I will not tell you when to long. I will tell you what I'm thinking, and it's up to you to make up your own mind and decisions. Great work, man. The crypto space is full of moon boys. Technical analysis is about approaching the market with unbiased. Yes, and there are far, far, far more. That's something I wanted to talk about too for all you bears out there that are or bulls out there that are following the bullish channels. Not to say, not to down talk or whatever, but here's the facts. When we had this dump, they had said, never do we see more than a 40% correction in a bull market. Well, we went over 40%. And then they changed it to, never do we go more than a 50% correction in a bull market. And then we went over 50% correction on a bull market. Now, they're still coming up with more ways to be bullish after it already, according to the last 3 statements they made about when the bear market starts, we're still in a bull market, but each of their things saying we were in a bear market happened. I mean, come on, wake up. Google user, thanks, Chief. Thank you for the support, man. I appreciate the super chat. Good looking out, man. Thank you, Savvy. Much appreciated. Savvy, which is more likely, we go down straight or have a pump first? You got to watch price action, man. If the volume is low, does that make it easier for the whales to manipulate? Guys, you can say whales manipulate. It's markets. People buy and sell. If you had enough money to make the markets do one thing, you would do it. It's a market. All markets work the same. Period. And this is a highly speculative market, so it's easier to get high volatility and craziness and get people to FOMO in and get people to fear sell. Ninja Killer 99, thank you for the super chat, brother. Good stuff, Savvy. Do you expect 32.6 or 30.6 first? It's hard to say, man. If we get a break up above this 32.8, then we're probably going to see the 32.6 range. But if not, if we break below this 8 EMA and 55 EMA on the 4 hour around 31.6, then most likely we're going to go down and test that 30.6. George Ball Jr. wrecked $10. What's up, bud? Thanks for the super chat, man. Is that a bull there getting wrecked? I believe so. Virgil, any chances this drop is an expanded B wave? I mean, it's possible. I'm not going to change the way I'm looking at it until it's invalidated, and it's not invalidated in any way, shape, or form yet. If you look here where we got rejected, this was a highly traded high volume node area also at that 32.8. I was saying 32.6 yesterday. Obviously, we went a little above, but it just wicked above. Savvy, do you look at the Stoke RSI? No, I don't look at the Stoke. The Stoke is okay, I guess, but I have no reason to flood my charts with a million different indicators. Less is better, in my opinion. And the Stoke can just remain over, up at the top for months. If you look at it, it can remain at the bottom for months. So I don't rely on that any way, shape, or form. But it's up to you. Like I said, indicators are your preference. I'm not saying have to use the ones I use. I'm saying pick a few and get good at them. Don't flood your charts with a million different indicators. All you're doing is putting a bunch of noise on your screen and making it more complicated than it has to be. Yes, I'm still laddering my shorts, King. Oh, still 1,000 people and only 600 likes. Man, not very appreciative, are you people? Are you looking at this current situation as a bull trap? If you zoom out, don't long in a bear market. And every one of these pumps has been just trapping more bulls. As you can see, every time it gets up, it slams down, slams down, slams down. This is eventually going to slam down. Like I said, if you look at the RSI here, this is the 4 hour. Let's draw this in. So if we get that next pump with the RSI and get back up into this range, and that'll probably be just this here. Get up to that 30 or 83.6 and then start our descent down on both the RSI and the price action. I mean, it's pretty easy to see in the charts, guys. So the interview of Elon and others yesterday should not push the price. I don't follow the crap news. I don't believe in none of it. I may watch some of that stuff once in a while, but I take nothing from it. It's all BS. Everything's in the charts. Does the top of wave B have to go lower or higher than wave 3? No, wave B is usually the highest it would go is the 0.618 is usually as high as the wave B goes. And I'll take a look at that real quick so you can see what I'm saying. So let's say this was the bottom, although I don't think it was. But let's say it was. And that would let B wave get up to right there where I have that located, about that 51.7 area. But I do think that the B wave is going to be lower than that. Like I said, if we get down to the 27.2 range, which would be the 0.618, we'd be still around the same area. Could get to around 50,000, somewhere in that range. But if we go lower, the lower we go, let's say we get down to the 25.2, then we'd be looking at about 48. If we go all the way down to this 18 range, that would put it at 46,000 for the B wave before going down into the beginning of next year. How do I ladder in my shorts and not get liquidated? Well, I start with a small amount and I'll double that up when it gets close to my liquidation if I'm still confident in the trade, which I am, which I don't suggest you doing that if you don't understand charts. I've said that a million times, guys. Start with small amounts. I wouldn't be laddering in if you're not an experienced trader. I'd be playing with small amounts until you get profitable. I say it all the time. If you can't put 10 bucks in and grow that, then you're sure as hell not going to be able to put 10,000 in and grow it. So why would you even try? Start with small amounts. Start with a fake account first. Once you begin getting profitable, put in a small amount that you're comfortable with and you're okay to lose, depending on your financial situation. Maybe 5 bucks, 10 bucks. You can trade it all the same. If you can make that profitable, then maybe you'll want to put a little bit more in and try that. But never jump in, get crazy. Don't do high leverage. Use risk management, guys. Don't be trying to get rich off of one trade. Use your stop losses. People want to blame everybody for their losses when they're just jumping in and gambling because they have no clue what they're doing and they're just listening to what this guy says, but they have no idea what's going on behind the scenes and how the trade is actually going. And you can't say this is how you trade because every trade is different. And that's why the programs don't work. For the people that sell the trading classes, there's no cookie cutter program. And if they're so good at trading, why the hell do they have to sell courses? And why would they take the time out of trading to make the courses and sell the courses if they're such a good trader? Think about that one. Ninja Killer 99. How long does it take to become a good trader? Most people say, and it was true with me, because I just jumped in and started trading without understanding what's going on. I got lucky a couple times and thought it was easy. So to be profitable, probably a year or two at least, to really become confident and profitable, if you stick to it. And it all depends on how much time you're putting into it. If you're only putting a little bit of time into it a day, it's going to take longer. I did it all night, all day, before and after work for years. And I lost a lot of money. Someone said to help people. I do this free to help people. What happened to the 1 hour buy signal? Obviously it pumped after that. Right there. See? That was back here. It did get this little pump. Who's to say it's not over? Like I said, keep an eye on this right here, guys. Let's see where we're at. So yeah, 33.6 area looks pretty good for the end of that. And that would be a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what would that be? Just another one of these. Just continuation of the trend, guys. Why VPR has always more sells than buys? I'm not sure I understand what you're saying there. Let me pull up something with the VPVR. What do you mean more sells than buys? The VPR doesn't tell you sells and buys. That was me, and yes, you do. Been watching your videos for months now, and I'm greatly appreciative. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, love and light. CryptoSavvy is a bearish scenario for DXY. Yeah, there's obviously there could be a bearish scenario. It could break down from here and go down to this level here around 91.53. But as in long-term bearish, I don't think so. I think it's bullish in the macro for the next few years. Let's put a Fibonacci retracement on this if this was the top right here. See if that'll line up with that measured move. The 0.618 down here, the golden pocket zone would be around 90.80, and that would just make another wave. 1, 2, boom. That would make this a 1, a 2, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third wave. It's bullish. In my honest opinion. Appreciating your candidness. Thanks, man. Jordan, I love this channel. Thanks, man. I appreciate you guys stopping in and hanging out in the mornings with me. George Michaelopoulos. Savvy, what was the blue indicator you were pointing out? The blue indicator. I don't know what you're talking about. What blue indicator? You're talking about this? This is the VPVR. Blue and yellow. Was that the one you were talking about? Face diaper said I get up early for this. The VPR does not have more sells than buys. I don't understand what you're saying. It shows high volume. It doesn't say more sells or more buys. It's high volume. Savvy, in your opinion, do you think we would see BTC dropping today, retracing at 31,350 or 33,360? Are you looking at a possible uptrend today? There's a possible uptrend today. But like I said, this daily RSI trend line right here, pretty much this is all that matters right now. And again, we could trade sideways for a couple days. We could get a pump up, but before the end of the day be under this. So you won't see the RSI up here. If we close back down, the RSI follows the body, not the wick. So if the body goes up here and then comes back down, you'll only see it here in the RSI. If the RSI gets above this and support on this, then we could be looking for a push up. But until the daily close, we don't know there. We could get sideways action and the RSI come back down here for a couple days, then come back up for another retest, which could be something like this, and then get another pump up here, making hidden bearish divergence. The RSI is key, guys. It takes a lot to learn it, and people can tell you how to do the RSI till they're blue in the face, but until you watch it and start playing with it and understanding how it moves, why it moves, nobody's going to be able to, just like trading, nobody's going to be able to tell you how to trade. It's something learned, and you need to learn to, if you cannot put the time in to learn and watch the charts, you're 99% of you trying to do it. If you're not putting in the effort to learn it yourself, you're not going to make it. Period. That's just a fact. But if you do put in the time and effort and you make sacrifices to learn it, that will all pay off, I promise you, in the long run. If you put in the work. That's all there is to it. I guess this was asked before, but what do you think about trading robots? Bots, they're just, most of them are set on Fibonacci ratios, support and resistance, but it really doesn't matter. It's all in the charts, guys. CryptoSavvy, Traders Reality, and yourself saved me from the daily hopium being dished out by BitBoy and Crypto Banner. Thank you. Right on, man. And you know, you can't sit and knock other people, other YouTubers, if that's really what they believe. They're just telling you what they believe. But if they're just doing it for views, or just doing it for clicks, or just doing it to get you to do something, that's bullshit. But if they really believe it and that is their opinion, then so be it. Somebody said DXY pumping. A little bit. DXY could come back down and test the bottom of this, I suppose. I don't think so, but it could. 92.19 area. Put in the work. No ticky, no laundry. Yo, man, no hopium here. That's why I stay. Let's make money. Right. That's what it's about, man. Crypto banter are shocking. They were giving people buy signals at terrible times. Like I said, if they really believed it, for one, nobody should be following any YouTuber, including me. Never, and no YouTuber should be telling anybody when to buy or sell. That's absolute bullcrap. They can give their opinion, but I'll never tell anyone to buy or sell because literally nobody knows for sure. I say it all the time, where the market's going. Nobody. And there are no, I have a guy, because no guy knows the damn market either, what it's going to do for sure. So just watch out for that stuff, guys. So anyways, appreciate you guys stopping in. I think I am going to head out now. I'll take a couple more questions, then I'm going to get out of here for the day. Hey, Savvy, hope you're fine. I'm very interested in a big, long, 10 years plus position in Polkadot. Man, I have nothing to say about any alts except trade them if you want to make money off them. Be very careful. They're super risky. Be careful. You want to talk about speculation. Alts are 100% insane speculation is all. You can make a lot of money with them and you can lose your ass. Joseph, no financial advice here. Did you get liquidated? No, I just explained earlier that I just doubled down on my trades up here. I have no way. I'm not going to let myself get liquidated. If it gets too out of control, I've not put in more than I'm willing to lose. So I'm not afraid to take a loss. That's part of trading. If you think you're going to win every trade, you're going to be severely disappointed. But you got to manage your loss. Manage your risk. Don't risk more than you're willing to lose. Enjoy your day. I'm off to work. Take it easy. Twitaf. Thanks, Savvy. How are your shorts going? I'm actually underwater a little bit on my short, but like I said, I doubled down on my position. So how do you confirm divergence in the RSI? Go to my wife's webpage, anchorimage.com. There is a divergence cheat sheet in there. Check it out. It helps, and you can keep it right on your desk. She's also making some bigger cheat sheets that'll have, more of a desk tabletop thing that'll have, there's one going to be for Elliott wave rules, just the simple rules. And then there'll be one with looking for different patterns and things like that on it. So if you guys keep an eye out for that. And don't forget, it is at CryptoSavvy1 on Twitter. So, all right, guys, I think that's about it for the day. Thank you for stopping in. I enjoyed hanging out with you guys, and I will see you all later.